Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today's class we are mainly going to focus on the poem Keeping Quiet, which is taken from the second year general English textbook Flamingo. This poem is written by a Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. So we will be doing the explanation of this poem, and I have divided the explanation of the poem into two parts. In this video, we will mainly concentrate on the poem's introduction, which includes the poet's biography, then the theme of the poem Keeping Quiet, and then we will do a detailed explanation or the detailed summary of the poem. So let us start. If we talk about the poem, then I told you that the name of the poem is actually Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. So the name of the poem is Keeping Quiet. Okay, so let us start. The name of the poem is Keeping Quiet. So you can see that if we look at the poet's introduction, then Pablo Neruda, who wrote this poem, his original name was Ricardo Neftali Reyes Basalto. He was born in the year 1904 on 12th July and he died on 23rd September 1973. He was better known by his pen name, and later he adopted this pen name as your legal name, that is Pablo Neruda. So originally this Pablo Neruda was actually it was a pen name, but he later on adopted it as his legal name because his name was Ricardo Neftali Reyes Basalto. That was his original name. So this was his original name. And if we talk about him, he was not only a poet, he was a Chilean poet. So there is a country in America, Chile. So this country, he belonged to this country. So he was not only a poet, he was a politician and a diplomat. And as a poet, he won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971, only 2 years prior to his death in 1973. And Neruda, he became known as a poet when he was just 13 years old, and he wrote in a variety of style. Now let us talk about the theme of this poem. Okay, so let us look at the theme of this poem. So if we talk about the theme of your Keeping Quiet, so let me tell you that the theme of the poem Keeping Quiet is mainly the importance of introspection. So what is introspection? Introspection means self-analysis, or to interact with our own inner self. Okay, to interact or to self-interact with our own inner self, that is called introspection. Now why is introspection so important in our day-to-day life? Now see, if we look towards our surrounding, if we look towards the surrounding of ourselves, then we will see that we human beings have created a lot of problems on the surface of the earth, isn't it? We have created different kind of wars, not only your wars against human beings. Okay, we have created wars against nature. Okay, we have created civil wars, we have created nuclear wars, we have created environmental wars. So we all human beings, if we look or if we analyze our own actions, then we will realize the mistakes that we have committed on the surface of the earth, and only then we will be able to rectify our mistakes. But in order to realize our mistakes, in order to rise above the petty consideration of language, caste, the barriers which we have created on the surface of the earth, the barriers of caste, creed, language, religion, etc. Now if we want to get rid of all these barriers and want to create a better world where there will be mutual understanding and universal brotherhood among the people of the earth, only then we will be able to actually rectify the mistakes that we have committed on the surface of the earth. We will be able to eliminate all these problems that we have created on the surface of the earth. But in order to do that, we need to be quiet, we need to be silent. The name of the poem is Keeping Quiet. So that all that the title itself says the importance of keeping quiet or introspection. So we have to keep quiet, we have to sit down, we have to be silent, we don't have to do anything, we just have to analyze, self-analyze. We just have to do a bit of self-analysis, we have to do introspection, or we have to interact with our own inner self, so that we can rise above the petty consideration of language, race, religion, caste, etc., and can create a better world for ourselves. So let us start. Now if we see, as I told you, the poem is mainly talking about the importance of introspection in our day-to-day life. So the poem is about the necessity of quiet introspection for each and every human being on the surface of the earth. So the poem Keeping Quiet is mainly about the importance of introspection, self-analysis, or your meditation, or interacting with our own inner self. Okay, so this is very important for each and every human being on the surface of the earth, because we human beings have created problems of wars against human beings, against nature, against other things. So we have to rectify our mistakes, and in order to rectify mistakes, what do we need to do? We need to self-analyze, we need to introspect, we need to look into our own actions. Only then we will be able to do quiet introspection. And we need to rise above race, language, caste, creed, religion, geographical divisions and nationalities, and think and grow on the pattern of universal brotherhood. So the poem is mainly talking about, also it's not only talking about the feelings of it's not only talking about the importance of introspection, self-analysis, or your the importance of interacting with our inner self, so that we can come across the mistakes that we have committed on the surface of the earth. The poem is also talking about the importance of keeping quiet, because only by keeping quiet we will be able to remove or eliminate the barriers of race, language, caste, creed, religion, etc., which we have created. And only then we will be able to actually remove all the hatred and anger from our minds, and can think in terms of your universal brotherhood, or we can create feelings of mutual understanding and brotherhood with the other people of the earth. But in order to do that, we need to keep quiet, we need to introspect, we need to self-analyze. So this exercise of introspection or self-analysis will not only help us to rectify the mistakes that we have committed on the surface of the earth, it will also help us to create a better world where there will be feelings of mutual understanding and brotherhood among the people of the world. Okay, so there will be no wars, there will be no hatred, there will be no feelings of envy in the minds of the people. People will be together, there will be togetherness among the people by removing all the barriers of caste, creed, religion, language, nationality, etc. So the poem suggests that the exercise of meditation should be done in silence, and one should work towards rising above the evil feelings of hatred, violence and discrimination, and create an exotic world of togetherness. So the main purpose of the poem is actually to motivate people to introspect or self-analyze, so that we can create a better world where there will be feelings of brotherhood and mutual understanding among the people, where people will be together. So it will be an exotic or an unique world of togetherness, because people, by forgetting the barriers of religion, caste, creed, language, etc., will come together. So there will be an exotic world of togetherness where all the people will come to realize their mistake, people will come to realize their mistakes, and they will rectify their mistakes. Okay, so there will be no problems on the surface of the earth. But in order to have this exotic world of togetherness, we need to keep quiet and stay calm, and we should introspect into ourselves, so that we can find out the mistake, so that we can actually come together and rise above the petty consideration of race, language, caste, creed, religion, etc., and can create a better world where there will be mutual understanding, where there will be feelings of brotherhood and friendliness among the people of the earth. Okay, now let us look at the summary of the poem, because I want to go to the text, but before going to the explanation of the text, it's better that we look an overview of the poem and then we will proceed to the text in the next video. So let us do this thing, summary of the poem. So let us do the summary of the poem. Okay, so let us do the summary of the poem, Keeping Quiet. So let's see this. Okay, now if we look at the summary of the poem, then I told you that this poem mainly talks about the importance of what? Keeping quiet. But in order to keep quiet, we have to follow a particular procedure. So Pablo Neruda is suggesting the procedure by following which we will be able to keep quiet, we will be able to introspect and self-analyze. So what is the poet Neruda suggesting in the poem? So the poet Neruda suggests that he will count up to 12. So the poet says that he will be counting up to 12. He will be counting up to 12, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And at the strike of 12, at the count of 12, all the people will be sitting and introspecting. So all the people will be keeping quiet at the same time. So at first he will be counting till 12, and at the count of 12, all his readers will keep quiet. They will be keeping quiet. They will be sitting and introspecting. So they will be keeping quiet. While keeping quiet, they will be sitting and introspecting. And what is the need for this exercise? The need for this exercise is to create a feeling of universal togetherness. Yes, the need of this exercise is by keeping quiet or by introspecting or by self-analyzing, we will be actually creating a better world. We will be creating a better world where there will be feelings of universal togetherness, where there will be feelings of mutual understanding or brotherhood or feelings of friendliness among the people of the earth. So that's why introspecting or keeping quiet is so important in this present contemporary world. And counting up to 12 is the first step towards the exercise of meditation. Yes, it's because very important. See, because every time, every day we are busy in something or the other activities. Like we sleep only for a few hours and we are more busy in talking. We are busy in doing some sort of physical activity. We are busy in doing anything. So like in order to stop ourselves from doing something, or in order to stop ourselves from talking, we have to actually do what? We have to meditate or self-analyze. And in order to self-analyze, meditate or keep quiet, the author says that it is very important to count till 12. Only then all the people of the earth will be keeping quiet at the same time. So he is suggesting that everybody will be keeping quiet at the count of 12. Why 12? Because you know that the clock has actually 12 the clock always comes together. All the hands of the clock, whether it is the second hand or the minute hand or your hour hand, so all these hands come together, okay, at the count of what? At the count of 12. When the clock strikes 12, every hand of the clock comes together. So it is actually implying what? Universal brotherhood, coming together by forgetting all the barriers of language, religion, caste, creed, etc. So that's why the poet is saying that he will be counting up to 12, and at the count of 12 all the people will be keeping quiet and they will be introspecting among themselves. Now Pablo Neruda also has certain kind of condition for this exercise of keeping quiet. So what are these conditions? Pablo Neruda says that no one should talk in any language of words. So nobody will be communicating, no verbal communication will take place at that particular point of time, and nobody will be involved in any physical activity, because if verbal communication take place or physical activity take place, then this exercise of keeping quiet will go in vain actually. Okay, it will disturb the calm or the peace will be acquired by the people of the earth when they will be keeping quiet at the same time. But if verbal communication take place, or if any physical activity take place, then this exercise of meditation or keeping quiet or introspection will go to waste. It will be going in vain, because what are we going to do in that during that period of keeping quiet? We will be introspecting among ourselves. We will be rising above the petty consideration of caste, creed, religion, language, etc. We will come together, and by coming together we will be introspecting like into our action, and we will be coming across our mistakes, and then we will be rectifying those mistakes. So that's why if we talk in some language, or if we do some sort of physical activity, then all the whole exercise of keeping quiet will go in vain. So this one is the exotic movement. Why exotic? Because this kind of movement has never arrived on the surface of the earth. We have never kept quiet. Prior to this movement of keeping quiet, we have never experienced any such kind of movement. That's why it is an exotic or unique movement, or a cherished movement, because all the people of the earth will be coming together by forgetting the barriers of language, religion, caste, creed, etc. They will be forgetting the feelings of hatred and envy that they have for one another, isn't it? And they will be coming together. That's why it is an exotic or an unique moment. When all would be calm and together, would be the most desirable moment for the survival of human beings, and to create a world of peace, prosperity and togetherness. In this strikingly remarkable moment, there would be no rush, no noise of engine. So the poet is suggesting that during this moment of keeping quiet, no verbal communication will take place, no physical activity will take place, because if physical activity will take place, or your verbal communication will take place, or if there will be any rush of people, or if there will be noise of engines, then this kind of exercise will completely go in vain. It will be of a waste of time. Okay, so at the strike of 12, at the count of 12, the poet will be counting till 12, and at the count of 12 everybody would be keeping quiet. But if anybody communicate with one another through verbal communication, or if any physical activity take place, or if there would be rush of human being, if there will be noise of engines, then this whole exercise of keeping quiet is of vain. It will go in vain, because people will not get the desirable effect. The main purpose of this exercise is to meditate, is to come together, is to actually remove the feelings of hatred and envy, and to come together, isn't it? But if we talk, or if we do some sort of physical activity, then we can't be keeping quiet, and if we can't keep quiet, then no meditation will take place. After that, it is given that one can surely experience. Okay, so it is given that one can surely experience the strength of togetherness, a sudden strange relationship to which humanity binds itself. So there will be a strength, or there will be a togetherness among the people, because people will be forgetting all the feelings of hatred and envy. They will be forgetting the petty consideration of race, religion, caste, etc. And they will regard themselves as the citizens of the earth. They will regard the other people as their brothers and sisters. Okay, as Neruda says that during the moment of quiet introspection, there will be no physical activity or no verbal communication. So different kind of activities are actually restricted at that particular moment. So Neruda says that during that moment of quiet introspection, nobody will be speaking in any language, no physical activity will take place. So Neruda is imploring that during that moment of quiet introspection, no fisherman in the sea will be killing whales, or all those men who gather salt will stop their work and look at their hands, which will be hard due to the incessant activity of collecting salt. So Neruda is saying that during the moment of keeping quiet, as all physical activities will be stopped, so no fisherman will be attacking or killing marine life at that particular moment of time. And the fisherman whose daily routine is to collect salt from the seashore, and during the activity of collecting salt from the seashore, what happened, his hands have become calloused and hard due to the coarse field of salt is very coarse and rough. So this, due to that regular activity of collecting salt from the seashore, his hands have become hard, injured, he has injured his hands. So these activities will completely stop. But now during the moment of keeping quiet, what will happen, the fisherman will not kill whales in the sea, and the man collecting salt from the seashore, he will be stopping that activity, and rather he will be actually looking at his hurt and injured hands. So here Neruda is metaphorically implying or trying to say that we human beings, through our activities of through our different kind of activities, we are not only harming others or causing destruction to others, we are also causing destruction to ourselves. So here fisherman who is killing whales is actually indicating how human beings are causing destruction to others, and man collecting salt from the seashore, he is actually representing how human beings are actually causing destruction and harm to himself. But during the moment of keeping quiet, this short break or keeping quiet will enable both nature and man to recuperate from their wounds. So during that moment of keeping quiet, nature will be recovered, nature will be spared for some time, and even human beings will be recovering from their wounds. Actually they will be just like that man who will be looking at his hurt and injured hands, he won't be doing that activity anymore during that moment of keeping quiet. So this moment, this short break or pause in our life will be enabling both nature and human beings to recover from the wounds. So we will be paying heed to ourselves, and we will be understanding ourselves. And during that moment will be an exotic moment, because the poet, he is trying to say that during that moment of keeping quiet, the creators of war, who all the time creates war, not only against your human being but against nature, these people, they create chemical wars, they cause environmental degradation, they cause exploitation of resources. So these are all wars which are caused against human beings as well as nature. But during the moment of keeping quiet, what will happen, all these people, they will be understanding the destruction that they have caused for others as well as themselves, and therefore they will be questioning the kind of such kind of wars. They will be realizing the futility or uselessness of fighting war, because ultimately after fighting wars, what will happen, no survivors will be left behind to celebrate that victory. So Neruda is desiring to end environmental degradation caused by exploitation resources. He is desiring to end chemical wars, and after such chemical wars, there will be no one to enjoy the peace in steady ground. So hence, instead of fighting wars, people should learn to coexist in peaceful atmosphere and live harmoniously. So how will be that possible? During that moment, or during the, by following that exercise of keeping quiet, because everybody will be stopping their activities, and even the warmongers or the creators of war, even they will be stopping that activity of fighting wars, whether against nature or against mankind. Poet in this para says that the poet wishes to convey that by total silence, he doesn't recommend total inactivity or death. Silence and calmness should not be understood as absolute sluggishness. We should not be obsessed with the kind of progress where people simply coexist and do not live with happiness and universal brotherhood. Now see, the poet is saying that by silence or by the exercise of keeping quiet, the people should not misunderstand for total inactivity, passiveness or death, because total inactivity in passiveness, what happens? Nothing happens actually. Nothing happens. Total, your introspection doesn't take place. Analysis, self-analysis doesn't take place. But during the exercise of keeping quiet, in that exercise of keeping quiet, what happens? Self-analysis takes place. But people might actually mistake Neruda's exercise of keeping quiet for total inactivity of death, but that should not be done, because this is productive silence. Because during that moment of keeping quiet, what people will be doing? They will be doing something. They will be doing with their inner self, with their thoughts. They will be actually trying to realize their mistake. They will be rectifying their mistakes. They will be eliminating all the feelings of hatred and envy which they have in their minds. So people will be doing something, and in this during this moment of silence, people will also realize that people, the kind of progress that we have actually defined for ourselves. The definition of progress, what is definition of progress? We realize the definition of progress is what? We go on exploiting the resources, we go on fighting wars, we go on causing destruction on the surface of the earth, and by dint of that we are getting progress. But that is not progress in real sense, okay? Because while attaining such kind of progress, people just simply coexist. They do not live with happiness, and they do not have universal brotherhood of feelings of brother. They only have envy or hatred towards others. Just like the fisherman, while killing whales, he doesn't have any kind of merciful attitude towards the whales. Or the person who is collecting salts from the seashore, he doesn't have any kind of your merciful feelings towards his own heart and injured hands. And similarly, your these people who are fighting wars, they do not have any kind of merciful feelings towards the fellow citizens or towards fellow people of the earth or towards nature or environment. They are just going on causing harm to others as well as themselves. But during that hour of introspection and poignant silence, we will find time to understand ourselves better and escape from threatening calls of death. Because by doing activities, human beings are just threatening themselves with death. But that will stop if we just go on actually exercising that movement of keeping quiet, which is suggested by Neruda. And in the last stanza, Pablo Neruda is asking human beings to learn the lesson on keeping quiet from nature. Because during the time of winter, what happens? See, in the last stanza, Pablo Neruda personifies nature as a teacher and advises us to learn a lesson from it. The earth teaches us how everything comes to a dead end and then comes to life again. The surface seems to come to a dead end, but beneath the surface exists an amazing life, which proves that there can be life under apparent stillness. So Neruda is saying that if we want to understand the value of the exercise of keeping quiet, like why introspection during that moment of keeping quiet is so important, we have to learn that lesson from nature. Because what happened during the time of winter time, the earth seems dead and passive. The earth completely becomes lifeless, but beneath that dead and passive surface of the earth, seeds are actually lying latent. They are not lying latent, they are actually rejuvenating themselves. The seeds are about to sprout for the next phase of life, that is spring. So all these seeds which lies beneath the surface of the earth, they are actually vibing with life actually, okay? So these seeds, they are going to become plants in the springtime. They are going to come to life during the springtime. So only the surface seems to be dead, only the surface seems to be passive, but beneath that dead surface, what happened? Life is actually thriving beneath that your dead and passive surface of the earth. Similarly, while we are keeping quiet, as suggested by Neruda, we are not just doing anything. We are not just in a moment of total inactivity or passiveness. We are not doing anything. We are not just doing nothing. We are doing something. We are introspecting with our inner self. We are actually trying to find out the mistakes that we have committed on the surface of the earth. We are going to bring all the evil thoughts to their end. We are going to eliminate all the mistakes that we have committed on the surface of the earth, and we are preparing ourselves for a new life of peace and tranquility. Because when all the people of the earth will be coming together by forgetting the feelings of hatred, envy and negativity, then a better world will be created, where there will be peace, where there will be tranquility, where there will be feelings of brotherhood and sense of togetherness.